just one guitar with a Fastman. The story behind that solo. And there I was using this reverb in the shimmer mode.
There's only you, yeah, you know me.
Now the magic trick is coming. Oh yeah. A Fender Deluxe reverb with a SM57 microphone. You can hear the acoustic guitar is really doing also a percussive role. It has some damages, it's pretty unique. Check this out, this is great. Hello, it's Julian again, and today's topic is gonna be, I'm going to walk you through an arrangement of a song I recorded and co-produced together with Dominic Muhrer, who is a great singer and instrumentalist. We did a whole collabo album together under the name of RETROMANIC. And there's one song on it, it's called Everglowing Light. It's a rock ballad with a very powerful ending, the guitar solo. I recorded lots of guitars on that, and I'm going to walk you through the process. I'm going to break down the arrangement, but with a focus on the electric guitars. And I'm going to tell you about my ideas I had on that. Also, I'm going to show you the chords I played, I tell you about all the equipment I was using, and you're just going to have a good clue about it in the end, I think. But first of all, I'd say let's listen to the track so it gives you a clue what all that is about. So let's go into it.
You put a smile on my face, morning light. Yeah, when you fall into place through the night, I will give all that I have to ignite the fire in your burning chest one more time. There's only you. Me, yeah, it's true. You can't control me now. Only you, yeah, you can show me the way you are my ever-glowing light.
Okay, let's get into the arrangement. The song starts with an acoustic guitar, and the acoustic guitar is recorded by Dominic, and he just played 2 takes on his Gibson acoustic guitar. I think he recorded it with an AKG C12 microphone. It's a great microphone, and there are just 2 takes panned left and right. So, and let's check it. Now the vocals.
You put a smile on my face, morning light. Yeah, when you fall into place through the night, I will give all that I have to ignite the fire in your burning chest one more time.
Now.
There's only you, yeah, you know me, yeah, it's true.
These are the electric guitars in the first chorus.
Show me the way you are my ever-glowing light.
Okay, let's get into that part first. There are coming in 4 instruments. The first one is the organ, a bass, and some percussion elements, like some percussive effects, and the electric guitars. So, if we listen just to the electric guitar arrangement, let's have a listen here. In combination with the acoustic guitar. You can hear the acoustic guitar is really doing also a percussive role. It's like in the video I've explained the role of the acoustic guitar. You can see that, and this is a good example, I think. So, but back to the electric guitar arrangement. Let's start with the main guitar. It's this one here. They are 3 guitars. One is in the middle and the other 2 are panned left-right. So let's start with the middle guitar. It's just this one, and it's playing very basic shape of arpeggiated chords. The chords are E minor and A major or A7. So it's just playing the triads. Let's have a listen. Yeah, and it's recorded with delay and reverb, quite a lot of delay actually, and you can hear the delay making some rhythm here. Switch it off. That was playing and now on again. And yeah, it's the reverb and the delay, and it's played on a Stratocaster, and it's played directly into a Universal Audio Apollo with a Fender Tweed UAD 55 amp. This small Tweed amp you can have on Universal Audio. Now there is coming an arpeggiated guitar on the right side of the headphone. It's pretty similar, but it's playing a little bit more. The middle guitar is playing only the 3 notes, and the middle is kind of the anchor of it. And now on the right side, I think I was playing the same voicings of the chords, but I just was playing a little bit more notes. Let's just have a listen. So I'm playing 5 notes. And also sound-wise it's different because I was recording the middle guitar as well, the same guitar with a Fender Deluxe reverb. By the way, it's this guitar, it's a Fender Custom Shop Stratocaster, and it's a great guitar, especially for clean sounds and old blues sounds. And I recorded it straight into a Fender Deluxe reverb, but with this effect pedal. It's a Strymon Big Sky reverb. It's a great reverb and it has some shimmer effects on it. I'm going to show you later that I used in the swell guitars. So let's have a listen. Also there is a stereo delay on it and the reverb is coming from the amp. But I've decided that I want the middle guitar like a more thinner sound, so I stick to this here. It's more sharp. And on the right side of the headphone you're hearing that. Also into a Fender Deluxe reverb. And the reverb here is coming from the amp. And on the left side I'm playing also arpeggiated notes, but a little bit different rhythm and also other voicings, lower voicings. So let's just listen to the left and the right guitar together. Now with the middle guitar as well. And one of these guitars is slightly out of tune, so it kind of creates some natural chorus effect. And there's one more thing I did with the middle guitar. Here you can see this is the first note and I cut it a little bit and made a fade in. Like here you can make a fade in. So the transient of the first note is not that sharp. It's like more like a swell in a bit. Let's check it. And without that it would be just like this. So you can hear the attack, but I didn't want too much attack because you can hear it on the other guitars. So it's a similar effect and when you turn on a compressor with a very fast attack, but just on the first note. All these three guitars are going into a bass, and on the bass I put on some CLA Epic plugin by Waves. It's a plugin that's a mixture of reverb and delay. I just put 28% wet, so it's pretty subtle, but it kind of makes all three guitars sound like they are glued together or coming from one room. So let's just have a listen without it. And please listen with headphones or very good speakers, by the way, so you just can hear the differences. It's without, and now with the CLA kind of adds a little bit a cloud to it. Okay, and now the magic trick is coming, and my magic trick is to add some swell chords. And swell chords are chords I'm playing on guitar with the volume down, a chord, and then I'm turning up the volume of the guitar. I'm going to show you later in detail. And I got this, there are some guitar players from the LA studio scene. Michael Landau, for instance, is one remarkable name I'm a huge fan of, and he's doing it all the time, just like with lots of reverb, lots of delay, and he's just swelling in the chord. He most of the time is using a volume pedal, I do believe, but I prefer just to do it with the volume potty of my guitar. So just let's listen to the swell guitars. There are two guitars swell in with different sounds and a little bit different shapes and figures. So let's just listen to them together. Oh yeah. Like a three-dimensional cloud. So what are they doing? The first guitar is playing more lower voicings. I played it on my vintage Thomas Blug Summer of Love signature guitar, which is a cheap but great guitar. And I just added a lot of stereo delay and a lot of reverb to it. So if you listen, now I'm turning off the delay and the reverb so you can hear the difference. You can hear I have to turn down the guitar before I play the next chord, because the next chord needs to be silent before I'm turning it up again. And the reverb is kind of compensating that, so it sounds like it's one big thing. There's no silence because the reverb is like making it sound like one pad sound. And this guitar I recorded dry into a Logic Fender amp, so I just recorded the line signal. By the way, I'm always splitting my signal when I record guitars, or most of the time. I have the Universal Audio Apollo X4 that has two inputs, and I have a Lely split box, and I'm going with the guitar in the split box, and on the first output I'm going into the first input of the Apollo, and I'm recording either an unison slot amp or I'm just recording a real amp. But most of the time I'm using the Universal Audio amps because they are great. And on the other input I record the complete dry signal, so I can add an amp later, like I did here. I added this Logic Pro amp, mini black panel. It's a Fender Bassman style amp signal. So it's sounds very good, and I added the effects after. And the other swell guitar is the Fender Custom Shop again, and it's recorded into a Fender Deluxe reverb with a SM57 microphone. And there I was using this reverb, the Strymon Big Sky, as well in the shimmer mode. And the shimmer mode is great for these swell chords because it's a very long reverb. It adds some high harmonies, so it sounds really like similar than a synthesizer, but it's a guitar. So, and here I played a little bit higher voicings. Check it out. And timing wise, also there is a difference because the lower guitar, this one here, is coming in a tiny bit earlier than the second one. The second one almost sounds like an added delay. So let's hear both in context again, listen carefully. Here with the click. They both are a bit late. And now listen with the arpeggiated guitars together. So it's really like a three-dimensional cloud. Here I already wanted to create some subtle, very subtle tension when it goes in the interlude, so I just cut off one of the two swell guitars. So it's falling down because the next part is the interlude. So let's listen again to the end of the chorus with all instruments. Okay, what's happening in this interlude? There are no electric guitars except from the very end, and the drums are coming in now. Now, interlude. The organ and the vocals. Wow. And Dominic and I played all the instruments together. He was singing, and Dominic recorded the demo track of the drums, but we handed it out to Mario Stübler afterwards. So he played the drums for us again with his attitude. He's a great rock drummer, and he has a studio with all the microphones, and he knows when to use what for a really good rock sound. He's really into that. If you ever need a good rock drummer for your recording or whatever, reach out to him. He's really great. Back to the guitars. Okay, here I'm coming into the second verse with a slide guitar. Again, backwards. So, in context. Yeah, and on that guitar I was just using a lot of reverb. It's a Valhalla vintage reverb with the mix turned pretty much up, and it's also a Stratocaster into a Universal Audio Tweed Fender 59 amp to get this old sound. And then in the second half of the verse I'm trying to build it up even more, so I just played some guitar fills. Let's listen just with the tambourine and the bass maybe, to have the context, and the vocals as well. I will give all that I have to fire burning chest one more time. So it adds some spice to it, and I just played exactly the same take, but I just recorded it 2 times and panned it left, right, and I just did some low cut on the EQs. And also in the second verse, when we're listening just to guitar arrangement from the beginning, this arpeggiated middle guitar turns out to play just chords on the one of each bar with the same delay, so it sounds rhythmic. And the other guitar, which was the swell guitar before, is just playing rhythmic strums and building up the rhythm, so they're getting more rhythm. The rhythm gets more intense. So just have a listen just to these 2 guitars, so you get a clue what I mean. These are just the chords on the one, and these are just the getting more intense. And when we're listening to the slide guitars as well, it's like 2. Yeah, and the other guitar is playing a mixture of strumming and some picking of single notes, but it's basically the role of this guitar in the second verse is to build up some rhythm, some more drive. Okay, now we are going in the second chorus. And I wanted something to build up even more, but the swell guitar has to keep on with the rhythm, and the arpeggiated guitars here are in as well. So let's sound the vocals again.
Yeah, it's true. You can't control me now.
And here I added a guitar. It's playing the high arpeggios.
It's only you. You know me. Yeah, it's true.
And as the name is saying, I played it with my beautiful Music Man Axis. It's probably the most important guitar of my career, but unfortunately it got stolen 3 years ago in Italy after a gig in Bolzano. I'm so sad about that because the most important steps of my career I was spending with that guitar. I spent all my youth with it. It was my first proper, really good guitar. I enjoyed playing and practicing. I even had the honor to play a song with Robert Plant in the Royal Albert Hall some years ago, and for that also I played that guitar. So it means so much to me, and some guys just stole it out of the car alongside with other gear. So it has some damages, it's pretty unique, and I just want to reach out to you. If you know where this guitar is, maybe you bought it somewhere, please reach out to me, we will find a solution. But it still breaks my heart and I just want to have it back. But back to the subject. I played exactly the same riff, but recorded it 2 times. First time left, and I was also using a line signal and added a Logic amp here. And the second time I recorded it on the right side and was using a different Logic amps, but they are both Fender amps. The one is more Tweed amp and the other one is more the Bassman amp. And on all together on the bass I'm using this Black Hole delay by Eventide, but it's not that much, it's not very loud. But still these guitars together, and they are making kind of a natural chorus sound together. Listen. Also the sound of the Music Man is matching very well with the more mellow sound of the Stratocasters. Okay, and now we are in the bridge, and the bridge was the most tricky part of this whole song for me, because we had this and Dominic came up with this acoustic guitar. And now the organ is coming in. It's pretty cool. We had that and we wanted to do something there, and we tried so many different things like guitar solo, but it didn't really fit. We tried synthesizers, more organs, nothing really worked out. So I tried and tried again, and then that kind of lick and riff came to my mind. So just listen to it, and also in in the second part where I started to play the riff, I had the idea to build even more tension before the breakdown, to double that riff with a bass. So let's listen to the whole bridge. Now the riff. And the original bass of the song was recorded with Höfner, this violin bass. Dominic had one and he played it, and I have one as well. We both have the cheap version of it, so not the expensive version, but it's still great bass. But when the riff came to my mind, I was at home trying out some things and wanted to double it with the bass immediately, so I'm just playing on that Sire Marcus Miller bass. But just the bass in the bridge. The other bass is the Höfner. And yeah, we just have two basses on that song, apparently. Anyway, let's go into it again. So. Building up. Now it's going to break down. And it's a mellow organ, pretty quiet, the bass doing the groove, vocals and a little bit of acoustic guitar. That's the breakdown, and it's the calm before the storm, because now we're going into the final chorus and the guitar solo in the end. So the final chorus, guitar-wise, is interesting because we played this fuzz guitar here. There are no more arpeggios, there is just this rhythm guitar here. Sounding pretty rough already, it's playing pretty hard. And this fuzz guitar, and check this out, this is great. So, just one guitar with a fuzz, man. It was recorded, if I remember correctly, on a C-Wax fuzz, the one that's handmade. It's, I'm trying to put a link down there of the gear anyway. Yeah, and I think we recorded it with a Gibson SG, but I'm not sure anymore. Anyway, with that kind of fuzz madness, you can use any guitar. It will always sound like a fuzzy mess, but it's great. And speaking of, also from the second chorus, I was recording my Moog Mini Tower as a sub bass, like just to have some low sub frequencies, and that's coming in the end together with the fuzz guitar as well, and they have kind of the same frequencies in the low end, I do believe. So Wolfgang probably, when he mixed it, had to EQ something out of the fuzz guitar, or he probably sidechained it against the Moog bass. Anyway. There are only these two guitars here, because it's just getting really fat. It doesn't need much rhythm anymore because the drum plate. And now. Now listen to that on the Okay, the story behind that solo. First of all, I recorded it with an Eddie Van Halen signature guitar. I bought just some weeks or months before into an Universal Audio Sir SE100 amp. I think it's by Brainworks. It's a great rock amp, especially for solos, and I made some presets for my guitars myself and saved them, so I always can pull them out of the shelf again. And as you can hear, it has plenty of delay and plate reverb on it. Just to make it wide and big. That's the dry guitar. And also, that was a little bit of a mistake. I left too much low end in. I like to have low end in guitars, especially in solo guitars, but here it's a little bit too much. So if I do it now, I just cut out a little bit more of the low end in the recording. So I turn the bass down in the amp. And I recorded probably 10 versions of this solo. I just improvised over the chords. And then I cut it together like Eddie Van Halen did with the Beat It solo of Michael Jackson, which is the beginning is similar to this solo anyway, I have to admit. But I just like the energy and just with the dive bomb. I'm proud of it, to be honest, because I think it's a really good energy in the outro of the song, and I had to release a lot of energy back then, so it's pretty cool. Let's have a listen to the solo, but just with the fuzz guitar and maybe some tambourine. No, let's leave the tambourine. Let's leave the acoustic guitar. Let's listen to the dry solo. Yeah, and then I just kept playing completely insane, but we did a fade out in the end, so you can listen here, and the fade out is coming. Check it. And I was using a Wawa pedal in the end as well, just from this. Not here, but very when it's coming. Here I turned on the Wawa pedal. These are the stems we were producing, and we sent it later to Wolfgang Stieger, who mixed the whole song and did a great job. But when it comes to recording guitars, I have a pretty good picture in my head already how they are supposed to sound in the record. So I'm trying to prepare them as good as I can for the sound engineer, that he doesn't have to do a lot anymore, because I've made experience with some sound engineers. They just put a lot of compression to it and a lot of low cut and whatever. And if it needs that, okay, but sometimes I made the experience it wasn't just needed. So when I send guitars somewhere, I'm always writing in the email, please try to do as less processing as possible. And Wolfgang did a great job. I think it's more important to deliver a good sound, a good quality already, than tweaking it afterwards. So yeah. are the stems we were producing, and we sent it later to Wolfgang Stieger, who mixed the whole song and did a great job. But when it comes to recording guitars, I have a pretty good picture in my head already how they are supposed to sound in the record. So I'm trying to prepare them as good as I can for the sound engineer, that he doesn't have to do a lot anymore. Because I've made experience with some sound engineers, they just put a lot of compression to it and a lot of low cut and whatever. And if it needs that, okay, but sometimes I made the experience it wasn't just needed. So when I send guitars somewhere, I'm always writing in the email, please try to do as less processing as possible. And yeah, and Wolfgang did a great job there. I think it's more important to deliver a good sound, a good quality already, than tweaking it afterwards. So yeah.